So welcome back to my channel, and for today's video it's gonna be basically just on contouring, and that's why I have my entire face already on. I just want to teach you some tips and tricks on how I like to contour. It's not really how to contour, it's more how I prefer to contour. Basically, contouring is when you create shadow in your face, and that makes your face look slimmer, makes your features look a lot more chiseled, more sharp, your cheekbones look more in, so you look skinnier. Your face can lose like 10 pounds just by, contouring. That is what we're going to focus on today. So yeah, if you want to keep seeing how I prefer to do my contouring and just some tips and tricks how I learned along the way, and some of my favorite palettes, brushes, and all that good stuff, please keep watching. Okay, so to begin with, when I first started contouring, I was scared shitless out of my mind because it only made like makeup a lot harder for me. It's the same thing with my eyebrows. I used to never fill in my eyebrows. It's like when I used to not fill in my eyebrows, I was like, girl, what are you thinking? But oh, by the way, I used a shade darker on my eyebrows and I actually like the way they came out. I was really scared to go into contouring and all that stuff because I thought that it would make my face look weird, and then sometimes you don't know what shade to go into. You don't want to look muddy, you don't want to look like you're really contoured, you don't want to look like a drag queen, unless you like looking like a drag queen, which that's totally cool. So it's just different things that I couldn't put my head around it. And when the whole thing of like contouring everything came out, I was like, oh my god. So let's get on with that. We're gonna get on with the palettes, then we're gonna do the actual teaching, and then before that we'll go into some brushes that I like using for contouring. So to start off, I have a few palettes. This is just the palettes that I picked up first. There's a lot more out there. Every brand has a contour palette. Every brand has a contour palette. These are not all of them at all. When I first started doing makeup, I couldn't really tell the difference between bronzer and contour powder. It's kind of the same thing. It's really not, but it's kind of similar. It's used for the same purposes. So two of my favorite bronzing palettes or powders is the Cheekthon palette by Benefit. This is limited edition. I linked it down below in my last video that I used it. Some stores still have it available, some stores it's not available anymore, like Ulta and Sephora, but definitely I'll link it down below. Everything will be linked down below. This is one of my favorite palettes for bronzing. I really like going in with Dallas and Hoola at the same time. Hoola is a more cool tone up here, and this is Dallas. Bronzing is basically, it's like an everyday type of thing. Like, you don't want to go too chiseled, you don't want to go too harsh. Just a more natural way of making it look like your cheeks are actually shaped that way and that you're not creating the shading. So this is an awesome palette. I picked this up because you get 5 full-sized of the whole collection here, and it was, I think, $56. When each of them I think go for 20 something. I'll definitely have the prices right here or somewhere here because that's probably wrong. Another one of my favorite bronzing cheeks. This is the Blush and Bronzer Mini Palette by Coastal Scents. I like the shade down here. This one is more of a highlighting shade. It's not really like the same thing. This one has shimmer in it. I do not like a shimmered bronzer. I don't at all. I really like my cheeks to look more matted. I like a matte bronzer. I do not like a shiny bronzer. I just don't. I don't think it looks good on my skin. I think that only on like my cheekbones and like on my nose and stuff it will look good when I have another favorite, but I kind of hit pan and it's kind of gross because I use it so much. I haven't used it on a video, but I have to purchase another one. It's so nasty. I don't want to show it. But it's Hot Makeup's matte bronzer. When they launched it, I definitely had to get my hands on it just because I read a lot of good reviews and all that stuff. So that's one of my favorites as well. It's just really gross. And I travel with it, so it's like nasty. Okay, so now to begin with my long pile of contour kits. This is the NYX Highlight and Contour Pro Palette. and this comes with 8 shades. The contouring colors are down here and the highlighting colors are at the top. I love this palette. I think that it's a really good starting palette, like just for you to get your hands on this and to really practice with it, and just every day, you know, something that is very affordable, very money worthy. It gives you 8 shades that you can work with. Like, this is just an awesome palette. Very blendable, very creamy. You can really get in there and do what you want to do with this. So this is one of my favorite drugstore palettes. Now, this is actually near and dear to my heart. This is the Anastasia Contour Kit. This is in medium to tan. I actually would prefer the light one because I feel like I don't really reach for any of the other shades except for the one down here and the one up there. Those are the only 2 shades. So I feel like if I had a more lighter palette, I would move more towards the other shades, but unfortunately I only use those 2 shades. This has a very special place in my heart because this was actually my first high-end purchase for a contour kit. I don't really use that highlight. I don't go for it that much. I feel like I have other stuff that does it a better job. Okay, my next contour kit is the Lorac Pro Contour Kit, and it looks like this. This I use a lot more of the shades other than the Anastasia one because I feel like this is more of a general one. More every person can move towards this, and I use the medium contour here. And this is the light contour. I use this mostly on my nose, and then the yellow I put it under my eyes just to brighten up and make me look a lot more. And the shimmer highlighting is actually very pretty. Like, it looks stark white there, but it's actually very pretty on the cheekbones, and I really like it a lot. And I like that the pan size are stretched out. You can really blend in there and, you know, get in there and utilize all the stuff. And it comes with a mirror, and yeah, so this is another one of my favorites. I actually utilize all the shades in this one, other than my other one that I don't really use all the shades. And this one, I almost hit myself in the face with this thing. This one also reminds me a lot of the Kat Von D one. This is the Morphe 9C palette. This is their contour palette. They have a lot of them. So I have the 9C. And when I use this, I have to really be careful because when I use this, I feel like I look a little bit too ashy. Not so, like, you know, nice and contoured. I feel like I look a little bit muddy. So when I use this, I usually mix this one and then do a touch of this one. I mix like all 3. I don't use just one. I mix all 3 just to make sure that I really get in there and look very natural. Make it not natural, girl. We are not here to look natural. We are here to look beat as hell. And I use it to make it look like my cheeks are actually like that. So yeah, I have used the yellow shade here and then the peachy one. This yellow shade is a bit too bright for me, so I'll use that on my nose just because I really want my nose to stand out. But I like the peach one, and I like the subtle yellow. Like, this is like yellow, stark yellow. This is like a peachy yellow, and this is peach. So I'll go more towards the peachy yellow and the peach, other than this dark yellow right here. Very affordable. Very affordable. This is the Anastasia Contour Cream Kit, and this is in the shade Deep. I got Deep because the other ones look like I was never going to use them. Just the shades look like something that I would use, honestly, to make it look like a very natural highlight. It's not like it was going to make a difference in my cheeks. So I just got the Deep one because I knew I was going to use it more. I knew that I was going to use more out of the shades, and it works fine for me. And I'm not deep, I'm medium skin tone, and I lean more towards light skin tone as well. So I really like it. Each of them bring 6 interchangeable shades, and you would think that the shades are a bit too dark for me, but if you blend them correctly and you really stick to blending and you use a little bit and you work your way up, it will look like a subtle contour. My favorite one, this was my second high-end purchase, and it has been with me through thick and thin. It's beat as hell. Like, my favorite contour kit is the Kat Von D Shin and Light Contour Kit. I love this one. Honestly, I love Kat Von D products. Set in stone, I love Kat Von D products. But I love this one because it's so blendable. It's so creamy. It's so easy to work with. It's just swipe, 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 swipe. Swipe, 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 swipe. I'm done. That's just my preference. I'm so happy that she brought out the interchangeable ones because I don't feel like paying $40 something for a whole new palette when honestly the only ones that I've barely touched is that one. So that's just my thing, and this is just my baby. I travel, I take this. I go to the bathroom, I take this. I go to Publix, I take this. Like, I take this everywhere. And last but not least are some other cream contours that I use. LA Girl Pro Conceal. I have a few. This is Mahogany. This is Beautiful Bronze. Chestnut. Beautiful Bronze again. Beautiful Bronze is my favorite one. And Espresso. So I would usually use these. This one is a bit too dark for me. I got this more to do clients, to do other people. But these three are definitely my shades. Love Beautiful Bronze. Beautiful Bronze on medium skin tone. It looks beautiful. Like Beautiful Bronze. But it just looks so pretty. It looks so Jennifer Lopez. Looks stunning on medium skin tone. And Mahogany looks very pretty on dark skin tone. So those are super affordable. They're $2.99 I believe, and they're so good. The quality is A1. Okay, so now let's talk about brushes. Okay, so I have a big round face, so when contouring I move towards more of a brush that is dense, that can really get in there, and then I can swirl around. I don't want something huge to make my contour look like a patch from here to here. I want something small that can just get right here in the little, like, my cheeks naturally dent inwards. I have a natural contour. Like, I'm not sucking anything in. That's just my natural face. It contours in naturally. So I want a brush to fit right into the hollows of my cheeks, and usually it's from the tip of your mouth to your ear. So this is what I look for in brushes. In brushes, I usually want something dense, something that is easy to work with, like not too hard, but something fluffy and soft. So just some of my favorite ones are, this is my recently favorite ones. This is the Morphe Y9. It is just a very fluffy brush. It has a very fluffy end. It's gold. It's gold. Another one of my favorite ones is the Luxie small contouring brush. This is a 512. It's like the same shape. It's a little bit more smaller. Basically the same thing. Like a little bit, you know, a little bit dense, but not too dense. This is another good brush to contour. This is the Morphe M437. This is around the same type of brushes. Like, they're all around the same type of brushes. This is just a clean contouring brush, and again, it gets right in that like little area. Another one of my favorite contouring brushes lately has been the Mikasa brush F111. This is like, it's a bit bigger than the Y7, like it's bigger, but I feel like since the size is like, I can really get in there and it blends automatically, and it's not such a huge brush where I'll have like a streak of like, you know, contour. Like, it blends very nicely. It's very soft, very dense and soft at the same time, so I really like this one. This brush is like my OG. It's my baby. It was my first contouring brush. It has gone through thick and thin, hell and back. This is the, look, like the whole name of the brand came off because of how much I used to use this. But this is the Visanti brush. It's the blush brush number 7, but I used it for contouring. It's kind of the same idea as the Mikasa brush because it has the same shape. Same, Mikasa brush is still a little bit bigger, but this brush is very soft. Same feel as a Mikasa brush. So for contouring, I'm going to go in with my favorite. This is the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. I already set my face with some powder and all that good stuff. I already highlighted under my eyes. So I'm just going to show you how I would contour, since I usually go with it really fast. Anyways, so I'm going to go with my brush that has been my favorite so far, that I've been reaching for it most. It's just the Morphe Y9. And I'm going to go into the shade that obviously is my favorite. This is the middle shade. And like I said, you want to keep it in this area right here. Like, you want to keep it from your hairline right here. You don't want to bring it down by your mouth. No. You want to keep it around this area. You really want to stop where your eye ends right here. You really want to focus it on the cheeks. And then you just blend upwards. You don't want to go below that line that you created, because that just makes, like, you're bringing your cheeks down. So you really want to bring your cheeks up. So you really want to keep the contour up, and you don't want to go down here. You want to keep it up here. You want to definitely take it to your hairline. I always take it deep into my hairline. And this is when I'll start getting into the temples, like right here and here. And then that's when I'll take it to the forehead. I have a very large forehead. We need to fix that. So I'll just take it across my forehead on the edges by my hairline, just to make everything seem smaller, everything seem more inched in. If you just want to chisel out a little bit more, not too crazy, not too like boom, you can definitely go back with a flat contour brush, which is like this. It's the flat one. And you can go, I like going into the salmon shade, and I usually go in like that. I'll just like go like this just to buff out the excess. And then I'll take this right under my contour, like that, just to make it a bit sharper, make it seem like I didn't mess up. And then I'll do the same thing on the other side. And what I like about this shade is that it's not that harsh, and it's kind of salmon-y tone, so it just looks like my foundation instead of looking like I highlighted under there. Now to contour my nose. I like going in with Beautiful Bronze by LA Girl Cosmetics. I usually just take my time with this, and I make one narrow line like that. And then I'll take on the other side and I'll do another narrow line. Now keep in mind that the closer you make the lines, that's the skinnier that your nose is going to appear. So now what I would do is I'll take a brush, a clean blending brush, like it can just look like this, and then I'll just start blending downwards. From the line, I'll start going downwards just to create a shadow. Kind of the same thing that you did with your cheeks. You can also do this step with a beauty blender. What the beauty blender does is that it takes away excess product, so it's actually better, because in your nose you don't want to be so caked up, so especially if you're oily. So if you're oily, I do suggest you doing this with a beauty blender, because it won't make your nose look so caked up, and it'll actually remove excess product. This is a BH Cosmetics brush. It comes in their set. I'll link it down below. I don't remember. But I just take this brush on the bridge of my nose, and I don't know what's in this brush, but it legit makes my contour look so natural. I swear I don't know what's in this brush. I don't know if it is a brush, but it makes my contour look so natural. It makes the blending look so beat. And I'm gonna go into, this is where I would go into the yellow base tones, and I will highlight on the bridge of my nose right here. On my nose, I don't mind going so stark white with the yellow, because I want my nose to look skinnier, but I don't want my under eyes to be like a clown white. Okay, so basically what I did was just highlight my face, and obviously that accentuates my cheeks even more. And I took the Anastasia Glow Kit, and I used everything that I did on my face will be listed down below because obviously, you know. But I took first a mixture of Snow, and then I went into Golden Dawn above Snow. On my nose I did Snow, and then a little bit of Golden Dawn. And I used a Morphe Y13 fan brush. So yeah, I hope you guys like this video. I hope that I was a bit more tip worthy. I don't even know if that's a word, but I hope I was a little bit more helpful with you guys that are just beginning on contouring and all that good stuff, because usually in my videos I kind of just do it really fast and you're like, what the hell is she doing? How does she know where to put that on her face? So I just wanted to make this video just so in my future videos I don't have to be, you know, kind of either keeping you guys in the dark or, you know, just sharing my expertise and everything that I've learned through my life. If you guys would like a tutorial on the eye look that I'm wearing today, please give this video a thumbs up or just comment down below, and I will definitely get that out for you guys. It was actually really easy, and I only used 3 eyeshadows. So if you want to see how I got that look, just give me a thumbs up and comment down below that you guys would like to see the eye makeup that I have in this video. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you guys will know when I post videos. I'll definitely see you guys in my next video. Bye!